Good evening, everybody. And I'm Zhang. Today, I will share my experience 10 years ago and to tell you a story about deconstruct and reconstruct. Hands is so simple thing for human beings. We always take it for granted. But to some people who lost their hands, they have to suffer a lot of difficulties. They have to regain a robotic hand from other solutions. And can we help those people who lost their hands? And I was shocked when I saw this world map. And in this world map, it indicates 1 out of 7 people who lives in the world, he has some different levels of disabilities. And most important, 80% of them live in Asian areas. And when we go back to China, China has 85 million people who have disabilities. And 44% of them has legs and hands problems. And so this is the very reason why I switched my major from material science to robotic science. And I needed to do something to help people to do a better life. Okay, here is one of our examples. This guy, he lost his 4 fingers and nearly half palms. So we needed to help him to regain a robotic hand, a prosthetic hand with a full functional and a connection with his brain. And so we started from zero. We surveyed all the solutions available in the world, and here is the result. The first row indicates us that this is something very simple tools. I just want to call them tools rather than hands. And the second one is something happened in the laboratories, but it is too complex to apply it on our patient. And the third row, it is too expensive for largely use for our patient. So we need to give our patient a totally new solution. We just solve the problem from zero. The first one is we fabricate the prosthetic hand by plastic materials. And the second one is we fabricated the robotic hand by metal pieces. And the third generation, we use 3D print technology. And since we use 3D print technology, we can give our patient a totally, from the appearance aspect, give our patient totally new solutions. But this is not the perfect solution. We need to make the hands can be controlled by human's brain, and we need to let the hands can rotate something, can do some motions. And for the foreigners abroad, they prefer to play pianos. But I do not play pianos. Instead of play Mozart the piece, I choose to rotate 2 fitness balls together, and this can also manipulate 2 balls rotated together, and also it can always emphasize Chinese characteristics. Okay, yes, we made it. We just divide the whole loop into 6 steps. And when we put the 6 steps together, and we make a perfect motion of our prosthetic hand. Yes, this improved our solutions is right. And the last review of other postures. As we know, for our hands, the most important thing is grasp. So we searched all the grasp actions in our daily lives. For example, grasp books, grasp cups, and pick up mobile phones, all of the daily used postures, and we all collected to use in our research and calculation process. And for example, when we talk about grasp, sometimes we need to grasp with some precisions, and sometimes we need to use power. So we made a balance between the precision and power to give a perfect solution about the grasping object steps. And after that, 85% gestures can be replicated through our research. So here's a video illustrate how our robotic hand can grasp things. But this is not the end of the story. About what I mentioned about. So we needed to make connection between brain and our hands. Currently, there are two strategies. One strategy is we get brain signals directly and use brain signals to control our hands. And another strategy is use muscle signals. We are depressed to find that when we want to get signals from our brain, there are too much noisy. So we give up this strategy. We use muscle signals. By means of muscle signals, we call it EMG signals. The principle is very easy. That means even you lost your hand, no matter you have a hand or not, if you want to grasp anything, your muscles will have create a tiny movement. And if we can get the tiny movement from your muscles, and we can use these signals to control our prosthetic robot. But this needs days and months practice. When we applied EMG signals to our patient, before he lost his 4 fingers and nearly half of his palms, and after we give our patients a totally new, intelligent prosthetic hand. Yes, this is the result. And through our research and the manufacturers, and currently our patient can use his intelligent prosthetic hand to do a lot of things. For example, to pick up cones, to pick up balls, and to express letters, or even for some daily use, to write signatures. Yes, we succeeded. So we compared our solutions with current all the solutions globally, and we found that our design has the following advantages. It has a good appearance, it has a simple structure, it is continuous motion, and what's important, it is cost-effective. Cost-effective means we can cost-effective means a lot of people, more and more people will benefit from our research. So let me make some conclusion. I just want to use mountain climb to describe our research. Currently, we just at the foot of the mountain. And in the future, definitely in the future, we will find a perfect solution as the brain-computer interface to control our hands. And what's the future? We use AI technologies. And the students, just like you sitting down here, I think perhaps one day you might to join us to let more people benefit from your effort. So this is people with disabilities regain their freedom of motion. They do not only have the freedom of movement, but also they have more opportunities. I still remember the one worker, he regained his walk by, he regained his agricultural work by pick up fruits. And when it happens to our children, not only they can get more opportunities, but they may get a more positive life. Children with missing hand and with our prosthetic hand, the prosthetic hand was created in the style of their heroes and heroines to let them to know in the world anything could happen. Okay, to end up my speech, I just want to tell you 2 things. The first one is, no matter what work you will do, please remember there are still 85 million people in China with disabilities. And the second one is, when you find problems, please deconstruct all the difficulties you are faced with and reconstruct your confidence, your effort, your talent, and you will let the world a better place to live in. Thank you.